But alas, at the time of our acquaintanceship being formed, acquaintanceship? Maybe. I don't know. Collaboration?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're just collabing on life, you know?
This whole relationship was just a big lead up,
One
so you
big
could
collab.
be a co-host on
Yep,
the show.
that's all it is.
That's it. So
Can't believe we're making it official this week. I'm your official co-host.
right. Hey, howdy, hey, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to Mike's Monday Jams, the official podcast of music appreciators everywhere. Today we're going to be talking about the song Star of the Show by Thomas Rhett. Let's get it.
What's your name? Who's that girl with the prettiest smile in the world? But what gets me the most is you don't even know that you are the star of the show.
Alrighty, we've got the Monday Jam for Monday, May 6th, 2024. I accidentally wrote 2023. It is not that. No, we are not Marty McFly. But alas, it's May 6th. It's the wedding prep episode.
Wow.
Woo! That's it? That's the only excitement you could show us?
I'm looking at you. I'm like, wow.
No, I expected more from that.
Okay,
but
I'm sorry.
I'll deal and I'll take it. But you, as always, have EC and MC on the track here. But we've got a pretty special episode, if I do say so myself.
Dude, absolutely stacked.
Absolutely stacked.
This ep is freaking stacked, bro.
Absolutely. We're going to be talking about our top 3 favorite Us songs. Was the prompt. So songs that we have like some personal connection to, and a lot of stories with, a lot of memories and things associated with them. And so we're not so much focusing on the music today, and more so focusing on the sweet memories before we get hitched.
We're gonna get married. This is the
hitched.
last non-married episode.
I know, so crazy. And guess what? You can still expect an episode the Monday after we get married.
Yep.
Because we're just that dedicated.
We are dedicated to the grind, and even a wedding won't stop us. The only thing that ever stopped us was my technical difficulties I had that one time.
Which it happens. It was also New Year's Day.
It was New Year's Day, so
we live and we learn, and we've been getting better at these. You know.
I think so. I take a lot less editing now, which I appreciate.
We've really become professionals.
I think so.
So, but we've got an exciting one for you today. I really feel like this episode, if we did like a top 10 or I don't know, we could do like a top 100. There's so many that we could talk about, and at least for the 3 that I picked, they're pretty equal in my mind. And so, but that goes with any top 3 that we do on this show. It's pretty given that it's hard to pick just 3 songs in any category, even though we do some pretty niche categories. They could be, any one of them could be 1, 2, 3, what have you. But you know, of course, we always want to start with our honorable mentions first, because that's how top 10 lists should go, or top lists should go. You should, announce the honorable mentions before the last spot, because ideally they're the ones that didn't make the cut but are almost there. So, alas, honorable mention number 1 this week is going to be Why Wait by Rascal Flatts.
Love don't need a reason, baby. I don't see how I can love you any more than I do today. So why wait?
Because we're actually not waiting now. We're gonna get married.
Correct, but this was also the song that we blasted windows down after we got engaged.
Yes.
So I don't know if you remember that.
I do remember that part. I remember.
Okay,
from
good.
getting engaged.
You did black out. I
did black out a little bit.
I get down on one knee. You had this whole speech. She doesn't even remember it. Whatever.
Well, I'm very Leslie Knope in that way. You know, Leslie. She's like, stop. I have to remember this.
Wait. Okay? Just, I need to remember this. Sure. Give me a second.
I should have stopped you. I should have pulled a Leslie and told you that I had to lock in so I'd remember it. And I tried really hard. But it's hard to remember.
And then she said, "Of course." So then we go back to gathering with family and friends, which was beautifully put on in a wonderful day that will always be near and dear to my heart and something I will never forget, that time with family and friends. But all the decorations that said, "Oh, she said yes, she said yes." No, she didn't. She said, "Of course." She said, "Of course."
Well, I promise I'll say I do.
Oh my!
I promise I'll say I do. I won't say of course.
We'll see. Stay tuned. She's a wild one. She could pull something on me. So
I'd be pulling it on myself too.
Sometimes
it wasn't prepped.
But while we're still on the topic of why wait and the engagement, still the funniest part of this whole day was the fact that we were taking our photos after the actual engagement part. After she said, "Of course." And there were these small children, because it was like a park. It was like our high school spot, our dating spot that we used to go to a bunch. And there were some kids that were looking on. They were skipping rocks in the little pond, or I don't know. But they were like, "Oh, they're gonna get married. Does that mean they get to see each other naked?" It was really funny. It made for some pretty authentic smiles.
That was really hilarious.
In that engagement shoot. So if you go look at some of those photos, those are...
It's me laughing at some children saying inappropriate things.
Mm-hmm. Not necessarily...
Which is one of the best categories of comedy.
Of course. So most people be like, "Oh, they're ruining this."
No, I thought it was awesome.
And it enhanced it. It was perfect. It was perfect. Next up on the honorable mention list is going to be Summer Montage / Madeline from the La La Land soundtrack. By far our favorite film, and one that we really kind of fostered our relationship around, might you say?
I would say so, but our ending is different.
It is.
Thank God.
We if you watch the epilogue, but you don't cut to the shot where they are not together anymore.
Yeah, no, just the epilogue part.
Yeah.
We watched it last week, and I did sob.
You did.
It's so sad. Why does it have to end like that?
Because for some people it does.
Well, for us, it's not ending like that. It's ending like the epilogue.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very exciting.
It is. But fantastic jam.
It is good.
A good little score. Love the piano runs in that one. Mm-hmm. And also a very sweet song that we associate with one another. Last but not least, it's The Cold, Cold Man by Saint Motel.
See, you're the only one we're seeing, the only place we're being, the only bed we're sleeping, is the one next to you. You're the only one we're seeing, the only place we're being, the only bed we're sleeping, is the one next to you.
So this one was more so I don't know, in the in-between times, it was played at gatherings. Shout out Tommy, because Tommy was a big fan of the song. It just made, Saint Motel's his favorite band, so it made me think of her all the time, because obviously I knew the song from you.
Yeah, and I'm pretty niche in that
way. The lyrics are, you're the only one we're seeing. I was still, in my head, I'm still thinking about Emma. She's the only one I'm seeing. So, but I felt like the cold. So it's a good jam, though. Go check it out.
That is a banger.
Alrighty, let's roll into that top three now that we've got those honorable mentions out of the way. What do you have for your bronze medal position on this top three?
My third place spot is going to be Accidentally in Love by Counting Crows.
Baby, I surrender to the strawberry ice cream.
A couple of reasons. One, I feel like the song was applicable.
Banger.
Is applicable to us. Yeah, it is a banger.
That's what you should have led with.
Yeah, no, it is.
Screw the application to us.
It's slaps.
A damn good song.
It slaps hard. It's real good. But also, I feel like we accidentally fell in love when we were little.
We will.
We were small.
We will.
We were so just in high school, small. And another thing was in high school when we just first got together. You made a CD for me.
Saucy Jams Volume 1. I had to pull that one out. It's somewhere.
I think I could, if I sat long enough, I could probably name every song that was on it.
I'd
have to think about it, though.
It was called Saucy Jams. I burned it on 3 different CDs because I was a big CD person in high school. Because in my car, the aux just really...
It was iffy.
Yeah, you had to set it a very specific way. So I was a CD person, but I burned these Saucy Jams Volume 1. There was never a Volume 2, which is tragic, but,
not yet.
Never know. And literally designed the CD like a pizza. Like I just gave it toppings like with markers and stuff. So that's the context.
Well, it was very cute. He gave it to me and Marco because we were a trio of pals, and we had just first started dating, but we had been friends for a good bit at that point. And so that was why it was for all of us. And it had this song on it. He told me, he was like, there's a song on it about you. And I was like, oh my God, he's telling me he loves me? We've been dating for like 2 weeks. I was like, but I love him. So I'm down for it. It wasn't that song. He just put that song on the album because it was in
awesome.
Shrek.
And it's in the Shrek soundtrack, yes.
But yes, so it wasn't about me. But I thought it was Tell Her About It was the song that was about me.
Tell her about it. Tell her everything you feel.
Yeah, Billy Joel. It was more applicable for the situation, so I thought it was a big giveaway, but I suppose not. It didn't make the list today. One, because it's already been a Monday Jam, but I wasn't thinking about Tell Her About It. But that was a key moment in our
Mr. Joel in general, some might
Yeah.
say.
He's a big figure for sure.
But those are my reasonings, and I'm still in love with you now.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you
Still haven't watched all of Shrek all the way through.
gonna have to have a marathon.
Yeah.
Only
Wedding
like
night. Ooh. Well, actually, we'll definitely have to watch it before we go on that cruise. Oh, you guys,
yes, the Shrek cruise.
update the Shrek underwear came in.
Yep.
So no worries there.
I cannot wait for the Shrek cruise. But yeah, we got to get you
Through
properly.
the Mediterranean, where you can see where it was filmed.
Got to get you properly educated. So, how about that? My number 3 is going to be the song "Company You Keep" by Maren Morris.
No matter what we do, anything with you sounds fine to me. It's all about the company you keep. Yeah, about the company you keep. So come on, keep me company.
Also, already been a Monday Jam, but if you had to look at me and be like, name like our song, I'd probably say that.
I think so.
It could have been any song from this album, Hero, but this one to me feels like our.
Well, some
thing.
of them are not love songs, so they couldn't be those.
Yeah, no. I mean what Rich is about. Her man's lying and her collecting coins from it. So
Drunk
that's not
Girls
really,
Don't Cry, not a love song, but a banger.
Yeah, but it was like one of my gateway albums to country music, and one of Emma's gateway albums to modern country.
Lesser country.
Yes,
music.
more poppy country music. But I think this album has a lot of blues to it. But Company You Keep, it's got like a bunch of just little sweet. I don't want to say sweet nothings. It sound like Cotton Candy Randy,
No.
but
Happy Cotton Candy
Oh!
Day, Daddies!
Hey, Cotton Candy Randy.
Hi, do you want to hear a sweet nothing?
like sweet like aphorisms or
Yeah.
axioms.
You love that word.
I do. They're axioms, aphorisms. They can be used synonymously, but
Phrases.
yes, phrases, sweet lyrics that just apply to our relationship consistently. I'm thinking like we always talk about how the background's a secondary fixture. Like we can enjoy each other's presence no matter where we are and no matter the circumstance. It's just more so that we have each other, even when we're. I'm having to drive from Hartford to Boston because your plane gets redirected, and then it's the worst.
It was the driving back.
Worst rain we've ever experienced driving. It doesn't matter. I'm with you. That's what matters. So that's
I would have
something.
preferred if we'd been home.
Well, yeah, Most sane people would say that, but alas, we couldn't teleport.
But we made it. We made it.
But no, that and I like there's the call to action, you know, like, so come on, keep me company, you know.
Yeah.
Hey, come on over.
Hey, come on, keep me company.
Yeah.
Hey.
It's a really sweet song. We don't really listen to Maren Morse that much anymore. Some of her stuff has kind of really departed from this first album, but
And so has she.
This album will always be a thing for us, and something that reminds me of times when we were little, and yeah, I enjoy it. So that's for me, and it had to occupy the top 3 somewhere, even though it's already been a Monday Jam.
Yeah. Love it.
What's your number 2?
My number 2 song is going to be I'm In by Keith Urban.
So if you need a lover and a friend, baby, I'm in. I'm in.
Keith Urban.
Keith, we come to this place.
Him and his wife Nicole. We come to this place for love.
We come to AMC theaters to love, to cry, to care.
We come to this place to cry.
We come to this place to fart.
The only sad thing about people at home is, I mean, Malco's rock, but they don't get the Nicole Kidman thing.
Yeah.
But similar to what you said about Company You Keep, what this song means is, being all in. I'm in. I've always been in. So, just about our relationship and being 100%. And it's a very cute song. It's very sweet. I don't know if it was about Nicole.
It could have been.
But definitely it is now after you've seen that ad for AMC. So, hope you all know listening that Keith Urban is married to Nicole Kidman.
He sure is. It's because they're both Australian.
Yeah, they're
That's
like,
the only reason.
I've never met another Australian person in America.
Another famous
Oh my God, I was about to say something so dumb. I think I talked about the one Australian girl I've met on the podcast.
You have.
Yeah, she's the only one. I was about to say, I don't think I've ever met, no.
Yeah,
there's-
go find that in a former episode.
But I talked to y'all on the I don't remember how long ago it was talking about Australian people, and I talked about how all that stuff about that girl.
I think that was pre-video.
Definitely. There's a girl named Claudia, and she claimed to come to our school, but now I think about it as an adult, and she transferred in and out of our school, kept claiming she was going back to school in Australia, and part of me thinks she was a liar. Maybe she was
Could've been.
pretending to be from Australia. Haven't kept up with her, so I wouldn't know.
Could have been. Also, I feel like with I'm In, randomly, the lead into the chorus, will just get stuck in my head sometimes. I'll be like, if I do what
I was
It's
doing,
just fun
I'd be doing it right now. Talk about a put-on accent singer.
Yes.
We were talking about that. What were we talking about last week?
I think so, yeah.
About everybody pretends to be American. Bro, you couldn't be he's Australian and he sings in a southern accent, which is very interesting. So
Yeah, that was definitely a learned trait.
and he
but
does not sound there's not a hint of Australian in the way he sings
No.
at all.
I don't. We'd have to go through his catalog. I don't think
Yeah.
we could officially confirm that, but
I've heard plenty of them.
for sure. No, it's a fun one to belt out for sure.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
and it's cute. It's a good message. Good, great message. Like the movies we come here to see. All right, occupying my silver medal spot on the podium is going to be That Green Gentleman, in parentheses, Things Have Changed, by Panic at the Disco.
Things have changed for me, and that's okay. I feel the same. I'm on my way, and I say things have changed for me, and that's okay.
We just talked about Pretty Odd a couple weeks ago, so I won't dive too much into that. But this album in particular was my gateway to things other than classic rock, because before Emma and I were becoming well acquainted with one another,
Do you think we're well acquainted now?
We're getting there.
All right, yeah. I mean,
I
don't know you that well,
We're
so.
arriving, but I don't know. But how far, we'll see. But alas, at the time of our acquaintanceship being formed, acquaintanceship? Maybe. I don't know. Collaboration?
Yeah, that's,
Okay.
we're just collabing on life, you know.
This whole relationship was just a big lead up, so
One
you
big
could
collab.
be a co-host on
Yep,
the show.
that's all it is.
That's it. So
Can't believe we're making it official this week. I'm your official co-host.
right. So you're stuck. Congrats. Up until meeting him and becoming well acquainted, only listened to classic rock, dad rock, with the exception of very few things.
You're the boy in the Rush shirts.
Yes. And so this, obviously being one of Emma's favorite albums of all time, she shows it to me, and it's like my gateway to everything else that isn't dad rock, classic
Y'all
rock.
always called it my hipster trash until you finally listened to it, and you're like, what?
And I was like,
I might be wrong.
she got me, die. So I was wrong indeed. And so, but this album in particular, and this song, of everything on the album, because I think if I go through and I listen to it today, I just remember like little pockets of, just activities we used to do and adventures and little fun things that are associated with each song. And to me, this is the one that I remember just the most vividly, back in the summer of 2017. I remember specifically hearing this one like after we had just seen something at Ridgeway, which is this like really small artsy movie theater in Memphis, and they generally show some more independent things as opposed to your normal blockbusters. And we like to go. It's one of our other favorite date locales in the Memphis area. And so I just remember hopping out of, I don't know, it probably was some sort of artsy trash I probably made you go see. But it is what it is. And you were showing me the rest of this album, or you're starting to show, and you were talking about this song and its relation to Fall Out Boy, and how this is basically the Sgt. Pepper revisited so many years. And then I just was like, wow, this is cool. And she knows so much about it and so passionate. And then
she won't shut up. She keeps on yapping about it.
She put on the song, and I was like, wait, this is really good. And to me, it's the one that stands out the most from the album, and our time together in that summer. And the whole album, but in this song in particular, it feels like it's a warm summer day that you're just kind of listening along, but it's so optimistic when the circumstances might not be. Like the axiom, there it is again, popping up. The axiom of things have changed for me, and that's okay. It might be a call to reassure oneself of like, ooh, I may not be the most comfortable with the changes that are happening, but that's okay. Like I'm still the same. I feel the same. And I feel like that really, looking back retrospectively, given all the changes that we've experienced in our relationship, really applies, right? Like,
Absolutely.
we have experienced a lot, and it's all been okay. We sit before you today, and we speak about it. So to me, it's also had future implications, not only just with the fond memories that are really attached to it and the nostalgia piece to it. So
Definitely. This song, to me, like the sentiment of the song has similar like impact on me day to day as like The Remedy does. Like things are different. It's going to be okay. Everything's going to be very like, not like calming in that like it'll calm, like it sounds calming, but more like it can calm me down.
right.
Because music that like if I get stressed out, like I want to listen to things that like the words are reassuring and calming, not necessarily, not whatever that is.
It's Alice in Chains. That is Man in the Box. It's a great song. Alas, it is making an appearance,
I don't know
feature,
if you could hear it through the headphones.
from the hallway there. So,
But
oops.
yes, I more am reassured and calmed by the words of music versus like what they sound like. So this is a calming song to me as well.
It could be both, Sometimes it is the sound that calms you down. Sometimes it is the lyrics.
Yeah.
Could be both. Porque no los dos.
Yeah.
And what's coming at numero uno, Senorita?
Well, my number one song.
Wait, you'll be Senora soon. Ooh, because you'll be married.
Oh my God, Senora sounds old.
Yeah, you going from Senorita to Senora. Holmes.
I'd prefer to be senorita in
Well,
Spanish.
Tough. Hate to break the news to you. You're upgrading to senora.
Well, I thought that was more about how old you are, because if you had a young Spanish teacher, you wouldn't call her senorita. I wouldn't think.
I always thought the distinction was
I mean, I'm sure it is.
senora is used to refer to married women.
Well, it says older women are married women.
Yeah, sorry, you are the or there.
Well, I guess
That
it's
will-
because like in Spanish there's not like a distinction like we have like Miss, Ms, and Mrs.
Mhm.
You know?
Mhm.
There's not the distinction between the Mrs. and the Ms.
No.
Anyways, my number one pick, I was thinking more on the lines versus our songs. I was thinking more about like the song I think of when I think of you, which is why I chose Snapback by Old Dominion.
T-shirt, your favorite rock band. Checking your makeup and my Ray-Bans. Breaking hearts like only you can. In your snapback. Whoa, oh, oh. Whoa, oh, oh. Whoa, oh, oh. In your snapback.
You like to wear hats?
I do. I don't wear snapbacks though.
No,
I
because
used to, but not anymore.
I
Like
don't.
middle school.
I don't really prefer those. I do think that they're ugly.
The dad hats are the way to go.
Dad
brother.
hats are so cute, and I wish that I know that you think I look cute in a hat, and I don't think that I don't look cute in a hat. I'm a fan of a hat. It's just my head's it gets weird.
She just comes up with excuses for that.
It
so.
starts to hurt. I don't know. But when it's blocking the sun, like I can get down in it. So like in the summer, like occasionally I'll wear a hat, but also just like I've got really thick hair, so like I have to commit to it being a ponytail, and the ponytail's got to be where the hole is in the hat, and I prefer like having a ponytail up here. So it's just kind of like just figuring it out.
Excuses.
But anyways, you like to wear hats. But also, I know that the song is from the man's point of view about a girl, but I feel a lot of those ways about you. And it's a cute song. And I feel like you're just so similar to the Old Dominion guys. You could
We
be
would
buds
get
with
along.
them.
We would get along.
So, I just like when I've told you this before, this is not the first time I've picked this song when you've been like, what song do you think of when you think of me?
Mhm.
This is the song I always say. So, just the sentiment of the song is cute, just being happy with how you are at all times. You don't have to be putting anything on for me. You don't have to put your makeup on for me,
It's a relief.
I
First time you've
always
said
put my
that.
makeup on for you guys, so.
Yeah, and it's not necessary, but you do it. That's something you like to do.
And then while I was editing, I would have to like look at myself without the makeup on the whole time, and I would be like, man, I should have put makeup on for this. So it's also for just me later.
Personal reasons.
But yes, I'm happy with you all the time, even when you're
So-
tooting.
Oh. Gonna
Which
bring
is-
that into this?
Sorry, it's often though. Just thinking about
Nah.
times that you know,
What, I suck to be around?
no, where you might be a little bit gross. When you're a little sweaty.
Okay.
I still love you even if you're sweaty.
Thanks.
So I won't say that in my vows though, don't worry.
I mean, you could throw it out there, I guess. I don't know.
There's no tooting or sweating in the vows.
Dang.
It better not be in yours.
Oh, we got to make a phone call.
So yeah, that's what I have to say.
Good. Another great song too. Just
Yeah,
aside
banger.
from the I know that particular episode is just about the memories, but side note, it's a good song.
Also bangers.
Yeah, also good. My number one is of course today's Monday Jam, Star of the Show by Thomas Rhett.
Baby, you are a star of the show. Don't you know you're the star of the show, baby?
I feel like similar vein. Like, yeah, I was thinking of songs that remind us of us, but like, it would be in the like, oh, what are some songs that make you think of Emma? Like, it would be in that conversation. Absolutely. So I did a little double duty here.
Okay.
And this was like the unofficial date song for us. There was a period a week before we started dating where we went on a hangout. That it was a date. It was. I mean,
It was definitely a date.
It was a date.
I got home and my mom was like, "Did you just go on a date with him?" I was like, "I'm not sure."
Yeah, it was a date.
I was like, I don't know, actually.
I mean, we went out to dinner, Moulin Bistro. Little
Shout out.
Little sit down.
Shout
casual.
out.
And then we.
And you paid.
I did. So.
I remember you
know,
paid for me.
I guess that was a done deal right there. That should have been another day giveaway. But yeah, it started with you coming to my house though, because I had to take. This is funny. A neighborhood photo shoot of everybody in the neighborhood who was graduating from high school, and it was like where we're all
Remember
going to
that was
college.
the same day.
Yeah, it was the same day, and
It's so weird.
so there's somewhere out there. There's a picture of me and all the other kids in the neighborhood that I grew up in. When we graduated from high school, we had like the colleges that we were going to. Little shirt moment.
Signing party.
Pretty much. And it was like near the neighborhood's like little fountain entrance and
It's so weird.
little ponds, like and murky ass water, and it's like, oh, all these kids are going. I think it was like for the HOA newsletter or some crap like that. Oh, whatever. It exists. I don't have that picture, obviously, otherwise we'd
Can't add the asset, sorry.
flash it up. And I don't know what some of those folks are doing today, so we'll see. Anyway. Maybe we'll track it down and we'll find it. But alas, after that, then we went to dinner. But on the way to dinner, sometimes you get lucky with the radio. And back then, still listening to the radio. I was primarily radio and CD person. And I was, at the time of this unofficial date, my dad said that I could take the Jeep to hang out
I
with
do
you.
remember that.
So I got you in the Jeep, and so that in particular was a radio moment because it's not like I had all my CDs in that. It wasn't my car, I didn't have the aux kind of thing, so it was like radio for sure. And this was like at the time I was getting into country music and the bro country, as you call it, or the kind of plastic country that this could be considered. But you like Thomas Rhett now, so that's
Yes.
okay. And this one comes on, your favorite, Kicks 106. And I was like, ooh, banger, because I got it right at the beginning, which, is also another, like, nice. But I think it was just, like, a sign from above that it was meant to happen. And I, like, remember just, like, loosely, like, singing this to Emma. Like,
I didn't feel like it was loosely. I thought you were singing into my soul, and I was
I
like,
was
this is
trying to-
not something that your friends do.
I was trying to be subtle.
It was not subtle.
Oops. Were you picking up what I was putting down?
Yeah, but I was like, are you putting it down or not? I was like, this is really weird if you're not interested in me.
Can you imagine? I just, like
That would be the
I'm
biggest
like,
mixed signal.
You are just the star of my show, and then all of a sudden,
You're like, I'm sorry, dude. We're just friends.
anyway. So yeah, and then it was like, oh, we're at the restaurant, so yay, hee hee. And I just felt like I got lucky. And I, at the time, like, I obviously really liked you, but I genuinely like the sentiment of like, you're the star of my show. Like, I thought you were the star of like the show. Like, to me, like, you always like
he
attracted.
talks about this. I don't feel like that was real.
Like,
But I
you
think
always
it's
like
cute. You
attracted
thought it was
the
real.
attention. Like, you had all these friends. Like, you were like the apex of your friend circle, and there was always folks who wanted to talk to you. And I was
just
like,
don't feel like
man, I want to talk to her. God, why not? Why am I not talking to her? So, so truthfully, you were like the star of my show before I even really
Oh, that's
knew
very sweet.
that much about you. And now I'd like to say I know a little bit more about you, but
You're still getting to know me, though.
I do still take notes, and you do still quiz me. And I've been doing
Yeah.
better on the quizzes, but there's still some improvement. That really C- effort. So I'm hopefully after the wedding at least looking to move it up to a B-. So
What's my favorite TV show of all time?
probably that 70s show.
Oh,
Oh
I wasn't going to say that.
no, but it would be.
That could be an answer. Obviously, there's a million different answers. I probably
There
would
is.
say Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
That would have been number 2.
Yeah.
But I don't. You've always been in that 70s show.
I haven't
girl,
watched
to
it
me.
so long though.
You didn't say it because you weren't thinking about it. 'Cause
I
you
wasn't
haven't
thinking
watched-
about it,
You
no.
haven't watched it in so long. But when I said it, you were like, "Ooh,
What do I say is the best show on television?
best show on television."
Yeah.
Lego Masters.
I do love the Lego. I'd probably say Family Feud is the best show on television.
It's up there, Steve. We should have sent
Or
an invite.
Dancing with the Stars.
We should have sent an invite to Steve.
Oh my God! If
Specifically his mustache.
Steve, can you send your mom? You should have worn a Steve Harvey suit for the wedding.
Oh man, he got them.
That would have been appropriate in Memphis.
He got them like ridiculous like 3 pocket suits that make no sense.
Yep.
Yeah. Respect the drip though. He's
Oh,
always
you gotta
dripped out.
respect the Steve Harvey drip.
But no, this is a song that, and this was one when when we were in the hiatus. Like this one I really could not listen to unless I was like I
Yeah,
gotta
no.
turn this one off. So that's why I think it won over the other two in this case, one quote unquote. But that's our top 3 for us and I guess / you and me songs. Hope you enjoyed those sweet little memories because we think about them a lot, especially when we hear these songs and many other songs. And so that's just kind of a little bit of a piece into who we are and our sweet relationship.
Yeah.
So, but business as usual. We've got to get into some segments here before we close it out. And what has been your everyday jam? The song that you've been bumping and refused to stop bumping because you don't listen to new music.
I wish I could say it was something sweet, but I'm still listening to Espresso by Sabrina Carpenter all the time.
I know I'm nothing to do for you. That morning coffee booty for you. One touch and I'm brand new for you. Now he's thinking about me every night. Oh, is it that sweet? I guess so. Say you can't sleep, baby, I know. That's that me espresso.
Which is more the sentiment of this.
That's the point of the segment.
More the sentiment of the segment. But it slaps. It's really good. I'm still listening to it. I saw this reel that was like, "Are you feeling depressed? Have you listened to Espressos by Sabrina Carpenter yet today?" And I was like, he gets it, bro. I do think it was a guy. But
She's got, an easy scapegoat to call her fan base. Oh, they're the Carpenters. But I guess that would also clash with the band, the Carpenters.
very different.
Ugh. But
I don't know what they're called. I
but,
guess I'm one now.
like if
Sabrinators.
you
Sabrinators.
So it'd easy to be like, "Yo, what's up, Carpenters?" So
She could call them espresso martinis.
that she could.
Hey, espresso
Or,
martini.
My little espresso beans. Hi, beans.
Beans. Espresso martinis do not sound appealing to me.
They're fine. I haven't ordered one myself, but I've shout out to Tommy on the bachelor trip. He ordered several, and
I have
tried
never,
each one.
I've
They're
never
pretty
had
good.
one, but my tummy is sensitive, and I just
would
think
not be
that
good.
would not be a good plan for me.
Tommy and Marco were both. They were looking for a little pick me up, and some they were going for them. So
I need to be close to a bathroom.
more power to them. Alas. But what about your major and minor chords for this week to close us out, since we already covered our honorable mentions?
Yes. My minor chord would just be I still have to work again before the wedding, and at this point, how am I supposed to focus? I'm getting married this week. How am I supposed to focus on work? But of course, my major chord is that it's the wedding week. We've been
It's a collective major.
not only thinking, well, as a little girl, you think about your wedding. So I've been thinking about my whole life. But of course, it being with you, I've thought about since I was 16. But then also, like, specifically all of the details of it, we've been planning for a year and a half now. And now it's actually going to happen. And everything seems to be getting done. So we really kind of, I think, passed the, like, super stressful, like, couple of weeks, like, now it's just like, there's lots of things, but not necessarily lots of things to do, just small things, and we're pretty prepared. Got a nice to-do list working, separated by day, so.
Yeah, it's more so just tying the bow on some stuff and, wrapping things up. So
Quite literally, to both of those.
yes, indeed. That's hence why I said it. There was a double entendre there.
Yeah.
So collective major and collective minor. Sucks. You got to work before it. But I also have to work. So, but no, I felt that today. Today's we're doing the Friday night record. Woohoo.
Mm-hmm.
Same. I'm like sitting there at work. I'm like, how the heck am I?
How am I
Especially
supposed
in the
to
afternoon, coupled with a Friday afternoon, and
And it got nice outside this afternoon
Sure
too.
did.
When I was
This
like
is-
going to do my errands, I was like bumping some jams. So I was like, it's good
Yeah,
outside
like,
now.
How am I supposed to do anything? I'm allergic to work right now.
No, absolutely. And especially like I work for, I mean, ESPN, I hope you're not listening. I do work hard. And I do, sorry, my stomach's rumbling now and I'm getting really hungry. But I work hard. But like also I work from home. It's hard to not, go look at wedding stuff. I can't think about anything. I can't
It's not like
focus
you
on-
work today though. You
No,
don't work
no,
Fridays.
no. No, I don't. But like, it has been probably all week. Just like I can't focus on anything.
You've multitasked properly.
Yes, no, I do multitask pretty well. It's like when I was pretty suspicious you were gonna propose to me. I was like, I can't do anything else but think about it.
That was a whole separate thing. But thank you for tuning in this week, folks. Hope you enjoyed a little bit more. Got a little bit more of a glimpse into
Yeah.
into what we got going on, and we will be enjoying this week greatly, and hope you can enjoy it along with us. And yeah.
Next time you see us, we'll be married. Not when
No,
we recorded
'cause,
it.
yeah, I was about to
Not
say,
when we
we
recorded
do
it, but
have to
when you
record another
see
one.
us, we will be married.
Yes. So how about that? Tee-hee-hee.
Yay.
Thanks for the listen, the follow, like, subscribe, comments, all that good stuff, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.